all right. Here we are. Welcome to another episode. And we're in the I don't know what number this is, 79, 80, something like that, 80 something. End of Airsoft. Thank you, sir. My partner joining me.
What's up, everybody? It's Battery Yordi from DEO Action Sports Center. Smash, heavy hands.
How many we got?
Best in the West, Sierra, whatever you want to call me.
How many we got? More AKAs. And of course, this couldn't have been made possible without you, sir. Z Monster, Sal. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us a reason to have you join us. Greatly appreciated. I am going to put this up when it comes up. I'm going to show that on the stream when the chat starts.
Oh yes, the comments are going to be on fire.
Oh God, I'm hoping so. I'm so looking forward to this. It was it's Wednesday, and I think your foot is finally starting to recover. I know my back is finally starting to recover.
I was telling Papa, please let me be on this one. I have to talk about Gladius. I have to. I've been doing like my own personal live streams in my own account, like just hype like Gladius.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was Mr. Wiener. There he is.
Comment, the Wiener shows himself.
There it is. We whipped out the Wiener. There he is.
It's now a party.
Now it's a party. The Wiener's out.
Oh man. So how are you feeling, sir? Before we get into anything else.
So we arrive. I was part of the Advon advanced party that got there on Wednesday to get all the stuff, all the logistics involved, and somebody was burning cedar, and that just screwed me up for the rest of the weekend.
Really?
It just went downhill. So I had a pretty gnarly sinus infection over the course of the weekend.
Oh God.
But hey man, suck it up and drive on, because shit's gotta happen, you know. So yeah, just took a lot of meds and got done. But dude, doing fantastic now. Back in Texas, unpacking, getting it all together, man. I'm digesting all of the social media blast that came out of this weekend.
We'll definitely get into it, but I have not seen. I usually look for it because it's worth seeing, but I have not seen any nitpicking, any sniping, any negativity in relation to this as of yet. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It might somewhere. Definitely hasn't come across any of my feeds thus far. So
there was one kid goes, I can't find any action. And I love the comments below. They were like, "Get the fuck out of the parking lot, nerd."
I
was like, "Damn!"
If you can't find action, you're not trying. I mean, that's
yeah.
There he is.
Good evening, sir.
Snake, how are you, sir?
Snake, Sergeant Major, the best private military contractor, Sergeant Major you can find or buy.
Or buy.
I mean, I found action everywhere. I mean, you just go into the woods and you bunch of trees, brushes you had to maneuver through. So there's action everywhere.
Was not hard to find out for me at least.
Everywhere we look, green tent. We're like, oh God.
Yeah. So on the OPFOR, leading up to the event, the reason why Bubba didn't want to put too much out to the OPFOR was because it kept leaking. He put out a little bit of information that would find its way onto social media. He was like, all right, that's it. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. And I laughed because Thursday night or Friday morning, they didn't realize that Bubba was not in the JTF. They gave him a complete tour of the command trailer. It was great. So the action found me.
Toucan, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Tripping over the action. For sure. Yeah, there was definitely. Yeah. The action found me. Yeah. For sure.
But more importantly, hey, you have two of the guys in the comment line that are plank holders in the Third Coast Airsoft Motorman Hall of Fame. You have Wiener and Christian Harris, Toucan. You guys are playing. You're the top 10, baby. There can only be 10 motormen. The first 10 are what do they call it? The Sacred 10. And you guys are definitely a part of it. we'll talk about that as part of the show, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Got to debut that, and that's awesome. Yeah, it was I wasn't apprehensive about the event at all. I was excited about it. This one I was absolutely excited about. There was there was a lot of like I said, there was definitely some definitely OPSEC, and we held a lot of information back and all that kind of stuff. So there wasn't a lot that was known before we got there, and all we just kind of kept saying was, "We'll figure it out." We're just going to get there and figure it out. So there was nothing to be worried about. It wasn't like
Right.
I don't know the plan. It was like we're just gonna the plan is to go fight. The plan is the plan.
And he had a very good plan. So we'll talk a little bit about the Dragear security element.
Yep.
So the scenario set the stage. You have a rich country that doesn't want to get its hands dirty, so they bring in outside labor, they bring in outside security because they're too rich, they don't serve in their own military, so they bring in the private contractors known as Dragear. And somewhere along the line, it got away from them, and another country bought out the military contractor. And six, you guys are like getting all of the natural resources out of that country, and so you guys are strip mining the country. And one guy earlier, I think Sunday night, goes, "The Republic Blakely liberated and the U.S. government reopened. Coincidence?" I was like, "Ooh, too real, too Milsim."
Yeah, don't bring LARPing into reality.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but I like where your head is. So Colt, where were you this weekend, Colt? I had no mustache this weekend.
Yeah.
Colt was probably tired because his ass was all over the place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So so Dragear and their Camarian, Camaria is the country that hired Dragear, and you'll see Camaria again. One guy goes, "I noticed the guys dressed in black fight good, but the guys dressed in Rhodesian fight harder." And I went, "Yeah, go tell somebody that. Go tell somebody in your chain of command that." So, but let's talk about that.
Yeah.
From the intel shop over on JTF, quote: There is still significant confusion as to the force's overall size. We are in 30 to 40 at Wendy, 25 dedicated to the Angel, Mary, Cindy front, and 20 more dedicated to Susan, with 25 to 30 at Kate, Tori, Monica. So that's like 100 to 110 op for against about 100 and 150 with player staff, with support staff on JTF. Okay, we'll go with that.
Sure.
That's okay. So
yeah, why not? That's good.
Why not?
I like there is a word in there that I like this dedicated to.
Yes.
The only thing I will comment on all of what you said there is, God, I wish we had been dedicated to something. My feet wish we had been dedicated to something. My back wishes we had been dedicated to something. Poor Fivers side by side wishes we had been dedicated to
I should have brought my side by side.
Yeah. Shout out to Fiver. Yeah. Holy crap. What a lifesaver. Man threw down not just one of the best grenade throws in all of Airsoft. He's super hard charging, but on top of that, boy, he's a wonderful getaway driver. He's a fantastic getaway driver.
So I owe Fiver a coin. Fiver, when I see you next, I owe you a coin, brother. I've got one for you. So I wanted to make sure we got the motorman squared. But yeah, man, I've got a coin Fiver. He's already in the Black Patch alumni, but I've got to get him a coin, man. Because, dude, every time I saw him, big old grin on his face. He was just tearing people apart.
He's got a Savage patch from us already. He's. I think I gave him. I think I also gave him one of my personal patch, if I remember right. He's just a fantastic guy. Really, really fantastic. Hard charging, just wonderful, and he stole the show at that point. Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah. Our arena is open for him at any time.
So
anyway,
okay,
I'm sorry.
arena. So
Yeah,
2,200 acres. 2,200 acres. And there are players that are like, Sal, I didn't see all of it. I said, good, next time.
Yeah.
You know, guys were asking about the format. Is the format here to stay? No. The format was designed to break open this AO so that way the next time we know how to do force on 4, screen on 10.
Okay.
And I think everybody got. He got the wiener from you? Whoa.
I don't ask questions.
He's over.
I think everybody now has an appreciation of why we did the JTF. They figured it out pretty quickly. The guys were like, this is awesome. We're working together. I'm rubbing shoulders with guys I normally shoot at. And that was the subliminal messaging over the weekend.
Yep.
You know, so we have great players, man. I keep saying we have the best player base you know, across the Third Coast Nation. We have some great guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and on the Op4 side, you guys got to get your BB on in a way that, man.
Yeah, I played in a way that I honestly, I'm more a conservative player. Like if I put 4 mags on my person, that's too much. This time around, I learned really quick that I needed 8 to 9, 10 mags. All of a sudden, I got 12 mags on my person because I got tired of you know. You made me do forced marches back there. I was like, I gotta reload.
Well, happy birthday, Marine. So
250 years of kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah. So the big piece is you had Op4 teams like TDZ that were like, and we're spent. And you go, that was only 90 minutes, guys. Like, come on, man. Like logistics. But I think when we do the next JTF event, the Op4, those who were on the Op4, an appreciation for it. You said good guys wrong. Everybody's a good guy. So
I mean, it's all perspective.
Yeah, I was fast walking, I was running, jogging, low crawling, high crawling. It got to the point where I was at a Mary. It was at night, and Sam from Airsoft Junkies, his zombie had the thermal on, and he was watching us just. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got almost 90 gigs of video to sort through.
Ooh, all right.
From drone, from the thermal camera. I've got, you know, I'm like, geez, I'm glad this is becoming my full-time job. So yeah, it's I think this event, man, players that came were switched on both sides.
Yeah. Yes. The ones that showed, and we talked about this at the, I think it was the one the stream we did just before the event. The ones that chose to go to this event are the ones that really wanted to be at this, not event, this event, and it absolutely showed. They got out there and played and just moved. Some guys, I don't know, you probably saw this. We came across guys on the road that set up roadblocks. There were some guys that were actually playing the role. They set up some roadblocks. Good for them. Other than the fact we were like, listen, we're just trying to get through. And they're like, get out of the vehicle. I'm like, we're just trying to get through, man. We're tired.
But I gave him for it. Quentin called me on my phone and was like, Sal, is this Milsim? Yes, Quentin. He's like, we're doing checkpoints, Sal. I was like, okay, Quentin, you know, I like where your head is. I like where your head's at, dude. You know, but the fact that you're stopping them, don't delay them. Just if they give you a bullshit story and it checks, all right, let them through. And you know, I was like, maybe we'll add that next time, you know. So yeah, that was hilarious. I have to go to the gym. I'm on pre-workout right now. Be hyped up. I need to lift some heavy shit. Okay, let him through. But no, dudes. I mean, this one player buy-in. We knew the guys coming to it were true believers.
Yep.
You know, so you know, guys, what did you? I mean, just showing up to the place on Friday. What'd you think? Or excuse me, you guys got there very late or very early morning.
Yeah, very early. We got there 4 a.m.
So. Yeah, so I've been to the Arena Training Center when I do Centurion Milsim. You know, the companions. So I know the AO, and
so
the moment
they're Copanos. They're Copanos.
The Copanos, yeah. Viva Fari.
There you go.
Yeah, but I play under Bubba more. So
yeah.
But anyway, so when we got there, what, like 2 a.m.?
No, we pulled up. It was just shy of 4 a.m.
4 a.m. and I looked at the engines. I'm like, oh, I know this place. Yeah. So I was even more excited. I was excited for the gameplay.
So Dave was there, the chief of staff owner.
Yeah, absolutely.
The owners. Yeah, he was running with you guys. And Dave, I saw him later on the day on Sunday, and he of course schwacks my damn patrol, and along with the headquarters element. He comes out of the woods, and I'm like, "Oi!" And we start talking, and Dave goes, man, we've been here 9 times, and this is not Copan. This is a completely different place. And both of us were saying the same thing. We're like, yeah, dude, we've literally taken it and turned it on its head, and it's a completely different AO, which is great. It shows that two different producers can use an AO differently.
Oh yeah, that well, again, I hate to keep saying we've said this. We said it. We've talked about that with multiple AOs. Some people said, "Oh, I've been there before." You haven't been there if it's being put on by somebody else. You don't know. The gameplay makes all the difference. How you use the AO makes all the difference. Listen, a poor event producer, some of that was linear. When you go through, you went through from, say, Mary all the way down to Susan. Technically, that's a straight shot. It's no big deal. But if you play it right, and you put the checkpoints in the right place, you put the objectives in the right way. Well, now it doesn't feel linear anymore. It feels spread out. It feels all these different areas. You play it right, it feels that way. You play it poorly, it's just, man, I walked all over. I don't want to speak for. I'm joking about being sore and all that. We've played at places, obviously you have to, where you're like, there's just a lot of walking, man. There's just a lot of walking. It wasn't that. This was a lot of fighting. I don't care about the walking, it's a lot of fighting.
On the JTF side, we tried to minimize that as much as possible with 3 trucks or 2 trucks, a box truck, and 4 UTVs. We're constantly moving guys.
Yep.
Reminded me of the days of Camp Shelby, where getting guys around the map. If you were walking, we pull over and go, "Hey, dude, you need a ride?" "Nah, man, I'm walking to the parking lot." "Well, do you want a ride to the parking lot? Because you're going to come back on the field." One player told me that he went to Iron Knife and said, "Man, I'm more tired from this event than I was at Iron Knife." And I'm like, good.
And Iron Knife was 24 and a half.
I don't need to do another 24 and a half hour event if I'm smoking your bags at this one. For sure.
Tell me about let's start the day off, because you're right. I when we woke up and the first time we went up to the farm, I was like, "Oh, this whole thing's in play." That that was the cool part. Basically, as soon as you left the campground, you're in it. That's it. You're in it. And I did love that, but I didn't get a chance to the night before to see anything with the mortar system. So talk about that, because I know you had guys, 2 of them on here, who actually got trained on it. They got to use it. Talk about that.
So the goal was to have a mortar section, a 2-tube section for the tier 1. And, it was like, we're not going to use tier 1 players to do it because the tier 1 guys want to jock up and kick indoors. And so I was like, all right, I'm jonesing around for some folks, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, hey, me and Shane are like, we had just done the mortar training earlier in the day. And you're talking about Sal tapping into, I went to M-Lock in like the year of our Lord 2003. So I'm like going way back on how to use mortar tubes. And I'm like, all right. So we went and did the training on Thursday, and No, it was Friday morning. And, we shot them and we trained our own guys, got certified. And then Sam was like, "Oh my God, these are going to change airsoft." I said, "Yep, let's see how the players do it." And so, anyways, Friday afternoon, I'm looking around. I'm like, Wiener, Toucan, Emma, yep, you're up. And then I think we found, who else was it? Shit, no, Sirens, Mark. Shit. I was like, hey, you're supporting the tier 1 with trucks, so guess what? You're going to be on the mortar crew. I am. Yep. Yeah, sure. It's going to be great. So let's go outside. Let's go train, and or let's go in the classroom, set it all up. And we didn't do a single live fire shoot in the training. We just did a shit ton of rehearsals in the classroom prior to the tier 1. And I was like, oh, okay. And coach is like, hey, did you guys do any registration fires or training fires? I'm like, nope, but they're ready. And that, just for everybody's knowledge, those mortar tubes are extremely accurate, provided you do the training. Oh yeah, Beowulf, man, Justin. Justin was another one. God, I can't forget that mustache warrior. So, you've got to know where you're at on the map. You got to know if you're in range to the target. You don't have to see the target. You just got to know your distance and azimuth. And so we did digital, and with the inclinometer, knowing the angle of fire. We had the analog system with the compass and the inclinometer, and did the drills, drilled the shit out of it. And then the tier 1, oh man, Shane's crew put a round on the porch of the house that the ground troops were going to clear. He put a round of smoke on the porch. And there's a video out there where coach is like, and Shane's like, no adjustments. I was like, what you got? No adjustments. Tube 2, and tube 2 was like, verify your angle, 45 degrees. Okay. Verify ammo, HE, load and fire when ready. And there's video out there where they're hanging rounds, man. Holy shit, dude. We were proud of ourselves because we actually shot on a target we could not see. The Op 4 was like, Jack Branch was on the Op 4 at Monica, and he was like, dude, you can hear him coming through the air. It's a little unnerving.
It's a little unnerving.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
We were all riding high after the tier 1. We're like, dude, yeah. And then we're like, okay, we got to train some players for Saturday. Phase 1 happened so fast, didn't get to train anybody.
Oh boy.
And then between phase 1 and phase 2, we trained a tan crew and a green crew. And there's video all over the internet where they're putting them into work.
Nice.
So yeah.
You know what's also epic? Thinking like a terrorist and putting up IEDs.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You guys, man.
That's right. There was no training required because we were already built for it.
I gotta shout out my son.
Yep.
The little maniac monster psychopath he is. Snick's giving me all the stuff, like, and I'm like, Dom, you want? He's like, huh? I'm like, okay, maybe I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
Within seconds, he comes back empty-handed. He's like, all right, I already got it all placed out. I'm like, okay. He's like, I got one over there, and you can't even see it. He's like,
and it was unnerving because phase 2 starts, and all of a sudden, all you see is, I'm over at the command post, and we're watching over it, like from where the JTF talk was to where Susan was. All we saw was mushroom clouds, and we're like,
yeah. So some of them we placed. Doc and I, we placed it up because we didn't want to hurt anybody. But there was some that we placed it sideways because we wanted to make sure the vehicle did get hit. We were told it was safe, so we made it happen.
I mean, I laughed my ass off during the break. Snick comes in there into coach's room, and he's like, we need pyro. I need pyro. My guys need pyro. And coach is like, okay, fuck it, take this box. It's gonna expire. He's like, if we don't use it now, it'll be expired by the time we go to Viking. Here you go. And I'm like, you're gonna give him that whole box? And he's like, it'll be all right. And Snick's like, you have nothing to say, sir. And he goes running out. I'm like,
Snick was so funny. He's like, here, take this, and how about that one, and how about 2 of these, and how about another one of those? And he's like handing out Christmas presents. He's like, everybody gets one. There we go. I'm Oprah. I got you. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic.
No, and then he goes, and once you use it, if you need more,
come back. Yeah. If it doesn't work, just stick the 9-volt battery. I'm like, he's like, always IED. He's like, whatever you got to do. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One guy's like, I set it off with my lipo battery. I'm like, yep,
it'll work.
It works. But
I got another quick one for Fiverr, who is definitely the improvisation. He it's not out there. Okay,
the video's almost ready.
So be on standby for a video we're getting ready to put out. And Karina, Yordi's wife, pieced it together. And I asked her to do something very special because I had to. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if I were, he booby trap stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
Well, we were told to booby trap at Monica. Yeah, Monica, right?
Yeah.
And it had been booby trapped for like 45 minutes, and we're just waiting because they couldn't overrun. We finally got overrun, and we're all just kind of standing around.
Oh, we let them overrun.
We finally got overrun. I'm not gonna say that. And we're all standing around dead, leaning against a truck, and we see a JTF guy run over to go turn the objective, and we all start doing this.
All eyes.
Oh, Wendy. Yeah, no, it was Wendy. No,
Wendy.
It was Wendy. Yeah. Right? And we're pointing. We're like, like this, and somehow he takes the objective down and kneels down, and the booby trap doesn't go off. We're like, what? Wait, what? And his buddy comes to cover him, and when he does, he bumps it, and just enough, and you see.
All day.
And we're like, boom! And he just goes, aw. Just this disappointment came over his entire body. It was so funny. Oh my God.
The assault on Wendy in the afternoon on Saturday. I mean, they're doing a full press, man. I mean, they've got 40, 45 guys pressed into the. We got to take Wendy back. We've got to get it because their intel shop. The JTF Intel shop did a good job. They started looking at what was each objective. Well, if Wendy's a mine and Susan is a HLZ where they're flying stuff out, Angel is a processing center. Mary is clearly a town.
Yep.
Cindy's another strip mine. Monica's a capital. Kate's a hilltop. Tori is a refining processing plant, refinery. So they're like, no wonder these guys are trying so hard to hold Wendy and Susan. They're trying to fly their shit out. So, all right, hey, they got Wendy. Let's go. And they're just throwing guys at Wendy, and they're moving airborne guys via box truck over to you guys at Wendy. And hey, we need the mortars over here. So they get the mortars over there, and they're hanging rounds and dropping rounds on you guys at Wendy. And I laugh because most of you are dead at this point.
Magnus, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Jack. You had there was you guys were still, some of you guys were still alive up on the ridge line where the numbers were on the range. And so they're hanging around. They're like, check fire. Just as soon as one round left the tube, and I went, oh, bro, you can't call that one back. He's like, he looks at me, I look at him, I'm like, oh, hey, once it leaves the tube, you can't go get it. I mean, he's like, oh shit. They're all watching it. Yeah, they're all watching it like, oh, please don't hit friendlies, please don't hit. And it went wide over the target berm with the numbers.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, guys, don't yell.
Wendy was like a real life game of Galaga, by the way. Just saying, it started out, they were coming up, and we're like, pew pew, got him. Pew 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 pew, got him. Pew 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 pew. Oh crap!
Bonus stage.
And you can see it, and they just dead, live, dead, live, and they just kept on. I was like, oh, well,
shout out to the JTF though, because they came from all sides, including our 6. And when I saw them coming from our 6, I was like, all right, time to go recon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. They when they couldn't come around the outer edge, they regrouped, and it was they were trying this, they were trying this. They're like, let's do this different, and they just full front, and then from the rear as well, and it was over. That was it, and it was just absolutely fantastic, truly fantastic.
It was also because Viking over here was like battery this Viking come in, and I'm like, radio off, because they're literally on me. I'm like this on the ground. I'm like just waiting for them to pass by so I can get them from the rear. But they finally Venom the gun truck finally got me because I started getting closer to the road. When they shot me, I waited my 5 minutes, and that's when I saw you.
There you go. Look at but still get Wendy.
The legendary story, the legend of Snicks continues. So he's going in this one-on-one firefight with Airsoft Junkies Humvee and their dismounts.
Right.
And Steve Walls only had the launcher on him, because Steve forgot to grab his gun when he got off the back of the truck. And he's like, oh shit, it's Snick. And he fired and I'm probably over exaggerating, but not really. He fires the damn ML36 at Sick without breaking stride with his damn saw, butt strokes the round out of the air, and goes back to firing. And then he's zipping him up, and then the round exploded behind him. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm dead." But yeah, dude. Everybody at AJ6
out of the air. Yeah.
Everybody at AJ6 was like, "The man's on. The man can't be stopped." So
yeah. So I don't know if you saw if you saw Magnus's comment there. Best brigade level movement I've seen by Western and Eastern Tier 1 vehicle.
And it was funny. So the scenario was I was acting as the division chief of staff. You had Dale and Godfather. They were the planning shed for the division. They were like the commanding generals of the division, and even though they didn't get to go to the event. And so I'm riding around with Craig White. Like, all right, and we roll up to Jack, and Jack's like, "Hey, yeah, Monica's secure, gentlemen." I'm like, "All right, let's drive into Berlin, baby, or let's ride into France, into Paris. The way is clear and secure." So we all jump on the UTV, and we're like, "All right, we're rolling." We make the turn, coming off the MSR to turn towards Monica, and all of a sudden we see a whole bunch of guys dressed in black and Rhodesian assaulting Monica. We're like, "Contact front." So we all start getting off the UTV, and we get lit up by not any Op 4, but it was all the TCA staff Op 4. It was freaking Mud, Shane, Geezer. I mean, we got lit up by those guys, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You trained them too well, sir.
Yeah, dude. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm down on the ground going."
You are a victim of your own success.
I was like, Monica, in fact, was not secure. It was like, so we had a good laugh. But yeah, man. I mean, just tons of action everywhere. I actually got the unit commanders out of the headquarters. Runaway Imperial 6 on this one. Runaway did a phenomenal job. Ethan, our staff, one of our staff guys, infantryman, he's trying to keep Runaway alive. He's got him in the UTV. He's like, "Hang on, I got to tell these guys what to do." And Ethan's riding up in the UTV. Get in the vehicle, sir. You're gonna die, And so I was laughing because Ethan was like, "That dude leads from the front." I was like, "Yeah, too far front."
The reason why I appreciate Gladius or this game so much, because this is probably the first Milsim event where I didn't have to go kill the CO. I didn't have to go rogue. No, seriously, I didn't have to go rogue and go into and go behind enemy lines into to the other team's CP and kill the CO and the XO. So it was actually I was surprised I didn't get to do that because I was so busy. I was truly engaged every second at Operation Gladius.
I think guys on both sides, on JTF and Op4, finally had an opportunity to play with all of the people that they wanted to be able to play with.
I got to play with him.
Yeah, this was, for me, it was really cool. I got to play with two guys who have never played with me before, and they've been with me. Like one of them, I mean, I've known him for about 11 years, but one of them has been working with me, and I don't play the indoor, so they've never gotten to play with me.
Right.
And so we get to get out there, and I get to play with them, and we get to work together, and that was awesome. But I got to see guys like, there's guys that I know on both, that play Eastern and Western. I always run Chaos, so I'm always Eastern, I'm always on green. But in an instance like this, where if that's always you, but you have friends that play the other, this was an opportunity for you to play with those guys who are your friends. And I think it's a little overlooking where we did say, yeah, you get to play with guys and get respect for them, but you get to play with your friends who you don't normally get to play with. You just get to play against all those times, which I think everybody getting that opportunity this time was also really cool.
Yeah, I was able to bring one of the old school Bravo hard hitters, GSR guys, part of GSR, Sentinel Airsoft. He's been playing Airsoft since Jesus was a private, honestly. And I was able to play with him, and it was a good time. I was able to play with Papa, and when Papa and I play together, it's like we know each other's movement, so we feed off each other. Like I know if he's looking that way, we got our sectors of fires covered. Even at night games, like it's not random. Like we know what we're doing.
And yes, Cole, I did play the night
Yes. So I mean, phase 1, phase 2, we got a little late. We didn't realize how hard guys were going to push themselves in phase 1, both sides.
Yeah.
And so when Bubba was like, "Hey man, I need some extra time. The guys, we got stuff to put out there. We got to reload. An hour and a half is not enough." I said, "Okay." Meanwhile, I'm over at the talk. I'm talking to players in JTF, and they're like, "Please, sir, can we have some more time?" And I'm like, "All right, So
right there, he felt all elevated, like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Okay, hold on, the sow candle." All right, so I quickly said, "Okay, hey guys, let's make a call. We're gonna push everything to the right. 45 minutes. We'll rally, plus 45 on top of the break." And everybody went, "Okay, great." And we'll add it to the back end of phase 2. It gave you guys much more time to put out IEDs and prep for phase 2. Phase 3, the night game, I gotta say, this is just me gloating. Probably our best night evolution we've had.
It was because you went from some pitch black areas to well lit areas back to pitch, so you could duck out too, but you also had, and this was the thing, you had guys. The guys that wanted to play this game were guys that really want to play hard. So you had guys that had nods, you had guys that had guns that could play at night, you had guys that. So this was a for real fight. This wasn't.
Yes.
I hope I hit somebody. These were guys that were prepared to play this whole game, and it definitely made it a really, really good time.
Yeah, having Mary illuminated completely. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had fun with Mary.
Yeah, we definitely had fun with Mary, and it was very nice of Sam to not necessarily call out our position while he let his guys kind of stalk us some. He was watching us the whole time through thermal, just right off AJ6. He's just watching it happen, but wasn't pointing it out. He was just watching. Right? So we got into some fights, and finally he's like, "Go ahead." And we got to take it out.
Because Tan was at Mary, inside Mary, and then we had Green in the bushes, and we were getting ready, to attack Mary, and all of a sudden I tell Viking 6, I tell him like, "Hey, I'm hearing conversations coming that way," and everybody thought I was crazy. I'm like, no, these big Dumbo ears that act like radar. I can hear people coming. So I lay low to the ground. He follows me. We're bounding. Well, I kept in front, but we were technically bounding. And I just laid right next to poop. I didn't care. I could smell it. And all of a sudden, he goes like, "Do you want me to light him up?" I'm like, no. Wait till they get closer. I'm thinking I want to see the white of their eyes. I want to see deer headlights. And I'm like, "Go!" Boom! I 3 off the rip.
And we were godlighting them.
Yeah,
too.
we were
massive flashlights back and forth.
And we were moving. We were shooting and moving. It got to the point though that Tan figured out, there's guys in there.
Need to pull better security.
Right. And all of a sudden we're getting shot from this way and we're getting shot behind us, and we dug into the ground and we were like, "Oh God," and all you see is BBs all over.
Really, really good fights. I don't know where else you had other. I know Mary was contentious. It was an awesome fight.
Yeah, the Angel Mary complex. I remember dropping off Rich Cudahy with his 4 guys from Baker Company. I went, "You're not alone. You're not safe." I just turned around and motored off in my UTV. Their S2 shop did some good analysis as to back roads. They were all about the northern roads and identifying how they get into Windy. How are they getting to Windy? I'm like, I can't tell you guys. You're gonna have to look at the map. And then Lucky and the crew from Sector 7, 3 Point Faction, the guys that have always run with Dave from Centurion, they know those southern roads very well. Yeah. Popping up at Cindy, popping up at Mary, Dorothy. So yeah, I would say the night fight was man. You guys gave as much as you got on the Saturday night.
What's up, Nick?
Sal, quick question: if I had the opportunity to take to tactically commandeer the other team's vehicle, was I able to do that?
Well, it would be possible.
Okay, because I'm just saying they need to do better security of their vehicle, because I got to a point where I would have been like, wow, I can take this right now. But I didn't.
You drive for me now. Don't worry, I'll give you 5-star review.
Listen, I was a commando that day.
The other half is the night crew. We trained 2 mortar crews between phase 1 and phase 2. Eastern and Western took the mortars out. Phase 2 and 3, they did night firing and were very, very accurate, extremely accurate. Which let me know that they were actually doing great. So yeah, see, I'm watching the comments.
Yeah.
Yes, Snicky and Lucky are going back and forth. I love it. Objective Monica, man. I mean, you have Mary and you have Monica, the 2 mount sites. There was a surprise mount site that popped up north of Cindy, which at night was kind of hilarious. The Canadian Village. Those 4 buildings got a lot of action.
No.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to you've been there so many times with Centurion, and it's a different field.
Yeah.
And I loved it, man.
Yeah, but the cool thing though, they left trails. Like I was using the old trails.
And the old trails are getting overgrown. That was what me and Dave noticed Sunday morning as I was dead at Dorothy. Oh yeah, Sal, let's secure all the way to Kate. All right, Liberty 6, get on the vehicle. Let's go. You know, and we started driving down the road and we get lit up after AJ6 leaves. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then, I'm talking to the guys from Dragear. Big shout out to Bubba's guys on the British vehicle. They were the lethal threat. And they were on that side road at Dorothy, the south road at Dorothy. And I walked over and said, hey guys, real quick, hi, I'm Sal. Hey, what's going on? Okay, great. Hey, you're on a road that actually takes you way south and you can come up up on Kate. And he was like, oh, but the map, I said, yeah, they cropped the map too short. I said, but there's a southern road that takes you all the way, and it's not off road. You can actually drive it. And so they're like, I see what you're saying. I'm like, yeah, go for it. So just move out, go to your CCP region and come back from that way. Then I come back around. I'm talking to Dave after he killed freaking Austin. And Dave's, we're there right there by Dorothy. And it's like, Dave's like, this is a completely different place. I said, yeah. He goes, wow. This is gonna be cool. This will be cool the next time we come to Copan. Yeah, I think it will be. And man, those guys that vehicle was awesome.
We had some guys that found the marsh, I guess it was
Chris and
they accidentally found what I would have drowned in apparently. It was waist deep for some of these guys.
That had to be south. That would have to be south and east of Susan.
Yes, because I actually I told Chris, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna flank, and he was like, don't go over there, Bubba. And I'm like, why? He's like, because it's a marsh, and I'm like, I'm dressed for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he froze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You're back.
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
Yep, gotcha.
So I went through it. I flanked over. I took a couple guys with me, a decent force, and we did what we had to do.
Susan on Sunday was my favorite, to be honest with you. Susan on Sunday was absolutely of all. I mean, Susan on Sunday was absolutely my favorite. Yeah, the last iteration before we went over to Monica and had the last fight at Monica before Index. We went to Susan first.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, that fight there, and Susan is great to fight at. I hope everybody got a chance to fight at Susan because it's so open, but you can traverse the woods and do sneak and peek, and you can do a lot inside the woods to defend it. On Saturday when we were there, our poor guy Chris got stuck behind the objective, behind the car, at the car. The vehicles were afraid to come any closer, but he couldn't get out of there because there was technicals there overwatching him. So he was stuck at the car for an hour. We didn't have any grenades, no grenade launchers to get to the vehicles. Couldn't call in any ISR. We just couldn't get him out of there. We couldn't get any closer to him. So it was a stalemate for like an hour. But we figured it out on Sunday, and just a tremendous fight there. My favorite place.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about Susan and what was the last fight? The last checkpoint?
The last one we
did.
Monica.
Yeah, so Susan and Monica, if you go into the back of the tree line, like into the woods, it looks heavy, but once you're in it, it's open.
It opens up. Yeah,
it's open. So I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm in Mortal Kombat. With Scorpion with Johnny Cage. That's how it felt like.
So both sides, I would tell you that the Intel guys and then the guys like Chaos 6, Hate 6, big shout out to Jax. Jax and Mother. Yeah, I know. They were looking at it before the game started, and they identified a lot of key terrain, and they were worried about it. They were really worried about like, hey, these berms. I said, guys, quit calling them berms and call them hills, because that's what they are. They're basically hills. I mean, when you got a flat table and you put a couple of big, elevated positions, those are ridge lines. You have to look at them. Well, I could drive on top of them. Good luck. It's called skylining. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. But it was awesome on Sunday looking over from the talk, and I could see the pyro and the amount of contact. And then it was coming over the radio going, hey man, we're in heavy contact over here at Susan. We need help. And it was like, oh shit. So yeah.
Such a great fight.
Yeah, I think I used like 6 grenades just on that one battle.
Wiener's right by the Wiener's pistol, great distraction. Yeah. That was one of the things that made it a great fight. We really got cohesive, and we're from all angles, and that's what makes Susan a great place to fight from, because it's 3-sided. So if you play it right and you disperse correctly, although you're in the open, you're back here in the open, and there's an entryway, you can bring them all in. You lure them into this kill box if you do it the right way. And I thought it was fantastic.
And you know what also kind of scared Tan and JTF overall? Sentinel's boss system.
Yeah, he had the RDX, he had the boss system.
So he was like, don't get me. It was like you see all around, see what's landing.
So I'd say at the bottom of your screen is going to say achievement unlocked. What is a kill box? Remember, I mean, guys don't. When we designed the scenario, when we designed the map and put the objectives down, we put them in a place where we want players to think. It's not as you just go up there and let's put Monica here, plop. And it's like, okay, if I put an objective here, give the tactical problem to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the case of like you nailed it. It's a 3-sided box, man. Once they check in, they're not going to check out.
Yep.
And so we agonize over that. We do the scenario design. It's one of the hardest things to do. Looking at the Serious Viking map for this coming year, the spawn points, the alphas are going to stay in the same spot because that works so well for Guardian Center, because it gives everybody equal distance. But now it's a matter of when we plop the objectives down, what particular problem set do we want to give you? And so how do you want to take this one? It's building 13 is fun. Yeah, fuck that building. We want to put it in a place where it's hard. And you guys got to crack that nut. So going back to Gladius, Gladius 2 will be force on force. It will be East versus West.
Okay.
In the vein though of Crossbones, where you'll have scenarios. So this time you guys are defending, here and here, and they've got to attack here and here. And that'll allow us to synchronize box truck support, vehicle support, moving troops. But now we know how to use that AO.
So no more Titanium Black?
Not this time. It's okay.
No, it's okay.
You make me cry.
But it allows us to use to crack. Because if I had gone force on this one, I don't think players would have had those epic moments at Airsoft.
Yeah, I think this one was perfect in the way it was. Introduced the AO, and I mean it really it made for a lot of excitement in an AO that could have been very dragging, and it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. There is, let me jump in real quick. Obviously there's a lingering question been asked of me. The boxes all had points on them. Were points tallied at all?
They were, and they were really meant for time of possession, and that allowed you guys to like, where can you guys start versus them. So it was either time of possession or who held it at the end of the round.
Okay.
And so in order to give you guys the op for good field position for next start for the next phase, well, that's what we're using it for. And that's the beauty of that system, man. I give Godfather massive props when he was like, "Hey, dude." When a lot of people don't realize we started the whole stacking color box cup thing back in like 2009, and then everybody's like doing flags and shit. It was like, hey, we need a better system. And then we went to like Raspberry Pi and count the whole was it the chess timers?
Yep.
We use those for a little bit. And so ultimately to get a system like this where it can do a lot more for us. Points were tallied. I've got yes, Dragear lost. Okay. But shit, there were particular pieces of AO that were worth more for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the Intel guys were like, "Holy shit! Snorts." Snorts I gave her a little bit of breadcrumbs. I said, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. You tell me, Intel. You tell me what you think when I get back." And when I got back, she broke it down. She was like, "Here's why," and I went, "Oh, you've cracked the code." Now you know why they're fighting so hard for Wendy. Now you know why they're fighting so hard for Susan. But you need to. She goes, "What do we do next?" I said, you need to tell somebody, tell higher and tell lower, because the guys need to know.
So there's a question out there. I think Cole. I don't know if this is for Sirius Viking or for the next Gladius. He says, "Is the helicopter confirmed?"
We've talked about that. We talked about having a helo at arena next time. The hard part is it is a lot of synchronization. Because you can't fly it empty. Beowulf, I love it. So to answer the short question, the Little Bird will be at Sirius Viking. Okay. The Little Bird, the tickets are already on sale and they're fucking moving. We've never had the Little Bird at Viking. We've had the Huey. What I like about the Little Bird is he can get really low. That's an agile helicopter. It is not the flying truck, or what I used to call the flying El Camino that the Huey is. And you got to be from the hood to know what an El Camino is. Yordi, Papa, you know what I'm talking about.
So we talked about a lot of the point, like Mary, Susan, and all that. Well, no, we really didn't get into Mary.
Yeah. We talked about Mary. We talked about Mary at night. I think Mary at night was. I think Mary played better at night than it did during the day.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think because it was outlined in darkness and lit up in the middle, it gave you a different feel.
Okay.
When you had to go in and you had to clear the rooms and you had to do all that, but you had to get to it and then escape out of it.
Yep.
I think that whole feel for it at the nighttime.
Well, I love Mary during the day. I would like to give a very huge shout out to Airsoft Junkie Sam. He saw me in there. I was by myself. I took out a bunch of people, and he was like, "Hey, would you like to go one-on-one with my guy?" And I was like, "Pistols only, baby. Let's go."
Oh, slapper match. Ooh.
Oh yeah, inside Mary. So for those of you that didn't experience Mary that way, it was just a beautiful experience. I love it every single minute.
Yeah.
no fair because you get to practice here at the arena.
That's true too. My speed softer came in.
So, how did you feel about it overall?
I think it was an extremely successful event. I think we hit the objectives that we wanted to hit, the staff objectives, in terms of getting players to play with others that they don't get to, get the leadership to work together. Man, that was the sore contention for Jack Branch. Man, he called it literally like the first couple of days we started the combined planning group. He's like, "Oh my God, they're not." The questions they're asking, it seems to be the point of this whole thing. I was like, Jack, I love you. Major shout out to Jedi 6, to Magnus. That guy is a gifted civilian. Pat yourself on the back, don't break your arm. I think we found our J Soda 6 for Western. I think Craig White now understands that he has a co-equal in his formation. When you have a Jay Soda of a Joint Special Operations Task Force commander, he is the same rank in the real life as the faction commander. So they have to work together in order to support each other. So there was a lot of awesomeness in terms of learning how to maneuver, which was the third thing, third objective, getting guys to maneuver, big moves and big battles. And I think we got it. Yeah. So, we're ready now for Viking and, and the clash that's going to happen. That's it.
We're gonna have to find out. I am, we're definitely coming to this one. Trying to see how many of us are coming to this one, but he wants to be there. The two of the guys that came with us, Chris and Sly, they both want to be there.
So the reason why I'm very excited about Serious Viking, because I personally have never been to the Guardian Center.
Oh wow! So, I did not know that.
I never been. I've been to GTI. All the GTI games has been with TCA. Love it.
Yeah.
But I never been to a TCA event, Milsim event at the Guardian Center. So I already told my wife. I told everyone, like, I am going. Nobody bothers me. I don't care what's going on in life. I am going to this.
Shit, dude. That's gonna be epic for you.
Yeah,
it truly is, man. People talk down about that AO because they've been there with Iron Horse, they've been there with Mind Game, they've been there with Milsim West. And like I said, every producer's different, man. Got a lot of feedback from the guys that went to Iron Horse, and I said, "Yep, got it." And he go, "Now I understand why you do what you do, Sal, as far as alpha placement." I said, "Yeah, everybody does it differently, guys. I mean, it doesn't mean that one's any better than the other. It just means that we're all different flavors." So, but yeah, man, it'd be awesome to have you there. A Guardian Center virgin. Wiener, you're not allowed to say things like that, Wiener.
We had, by the way, we had one original thing happen. Yes, Beowulf did. He got bit on the hand by a spider, but never to one up. Our guy Chris caught a scorpion to the knee.
Oh.
He got hit by a scorpion in the knee.
A little bit of background, though. Chris, he works for a pest control company. So that guy has so much poison in his skin, he pulled a Chuck Norris. The scorpion died after it bit him.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually the scorpion.
Meanwhile, the spider gave Justin his phone number. Call me on my cell phone.
She was a daddy long legs, probably.
Yeah, it was. He's like, I don't know, I'm having a hard time walking. And he's like, I think it was a spider bite. And I forget who we were talking to that's from the area. Said, no, he goes, no,
your brand new TCA tattoos.
Oh, Geezer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was Geezer. Geezer. Oh, there's rattlesnakes here.
Yeah, because Geezer was on the lookout for rattlesnakes. That's right.
And I was like, I'll help you.
He goes, no, it was probably a scorpion. He's like, what now? We don't have those here. Right? Like, yeah, it's probably a scorpion. So, yep, he caught a scorpion bite.
Wow.
By the way,
and he still played the entire event. He didn't shut down.
By the way, everybody, don't be scared. I did not see 1 ounce of wildlife but spider webs. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all I saw. Yeah. I was looking. I was on the lookout. Nothing. Yeah. Fire ants. That was about it.
That's about it. Fire ants.
Yeah. Fire ants. So it was all in all, I'm glad you felt like it was a success because I know we definitely everybody talked about it. It absolutely 100% feel like it was the only fail was there was no small T-shirt. That's it.
Actually, no. There's
And
one more fail.
That's the only.
No. There's actually one more fail. The weather. It wasn't cold enough for me.
Oh, shut your mouth!
I brought all this cold weather
right there
gear.
with you. It didn't get cold until
It did not
Monday
get
when it
cold
was
at all.
snowing. And I went, where was this weather this weekend? Everybody's looking at me like, you wanted it cold? I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I packed for.
Thank you.
Layers.
But
Back to layers.
I packed all the wrong layers.
I was going to take advantage of the cold weather. Some people don't like to. They're slower in cold weather. I'm like, I thrive in this. I thrive in the suck.
So, and the mark of a brand new AO, is the event owner Sunday said, "You guys are welcome back."
That's awesome.
Perfect.
And so, yep, there will be a Gladius 2. Arena is definitely on the books for us.
I will be there.
Yeah. Do you think that so you sort of answered the question before, and I think I know the answer, but the format itself, not necessarily at Arena, but will you try something either a 3-faction or a JTF versus Op4
At another
continuation?
Yes, I am totally open to doing another Battleground series at another AO. I think the guys running Op4 now, like, hey Sal, we want to do it. I'm like, okay, go talk to those guys.
Yeah,
I gotta cover my face. I don't know who you're talking about.
Not saying I was on Op4 or anything like that. I'm just saying I think it was a good time.
10 all the way.
But now those that know will tell the new guys, hey, come here, new guy. Better get your cardio game up, motherfucker.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's been writing me about my weight, and I lost a lot of weight. So it was the reason why I was able to do what I was able to do.
You missed we had a weightlifting competition on Thursday night. They have a gym there, and it was like, oh,
I didn't know about this.
Really, because you guys were still on the road. Slick was like, slapped me on the back, going, he could do it, and he was just like, look at him, he's a fucking machine. I'm like, this is just old man strength.
Tensile strength. I've been around long enough.
Yeah. But guys, it just phenomenal event overall. Major thank you to the players for making it.
Definitely,
awesome.
It was an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting us. Again, I cannot say enough. I greatly appreciate what TCA does for the community, and I'm glad you guys are doing it big and still strong. I love it.
Yeah. So I think every year we're on the growth, man. So we're looking forward to 26 in a big way. And now that I know you've never been to Guardian, dude, jeez, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I am gonna go to Guardian. I'm definitely gonna do the tier 1 because every AO that I go to, I do a tier 1 new AO. So definitely can't wait to get that experience at a Guardian Center.
I think I mentioned this to you, and I don't remember if I mentioned it to you. I know I said it to a couple of people this weekend. What you're doing over the past 6 to 8 months, give or take, with the small tweaks. They haven't been major changes,
right,
but they've been enough to take it from being I'm used to playing this. Oh, this is something new, and it's not that it's just something new. It enhances the entire experience. You added sugar to the tea. Like that's exactly what it was, and you're doing it between slight changes with the Iron Series or what have you, or finding Hibernia, or again with this here with Gladius. These little bits and pieces, it's not. Oh, it's just TCA, right? I never saw it like that anyway. But other people, no, I prefer this or I prefer that. I'm like, don't dismiss any of it.
Yeah,
there's an evolution happening here. There's a growth happening here that I think everybody should be aware of. Other producers do what they do. I'm watching what you're doing, and it's drawing. 13 years I'm doing it, and it's drawing me in more. You know, it's not. I'm not fading away. I'm stepping up both feet. So keep it up. Definitely keep it up. You're doing fantastic.
Next thing you know, TCA is going to go international.
Well, you know, we've been asked to go,
and I would love to help with that.
I might need you for that, because we've been invited to come down to Argentina. We've been invited to come out to
boludo, el pollo.
You know, Brazil Airsoft of Brazil has asked us to come down, and I'm like, the sad thing is, it's like the logistics of it, the cost of it's staggering. But man, it would be awesome to do. Just absolutely awesome to do.
I heard he's thought about doing like a tier 1 event, an actual tier 1 event. If only there was a place that he could be doing it at, maybe a fixed location somewhere.
Hey, BBCon or 6mm Fest, whatever we decide to call it, we're gonna bring that definitely to Dead End Outfitters in 26, man. We're definitely bringing it. So that way we're gonna do it. Probably, I think me and you need to.
I haven't told him about this yet.
I'm getting goosebumps.
I haven't told him about it yet.
So,
TV secrets from me?
Surprises,
maybe. Wow. So 6mm Fest. We haven't really decided the name of it, but to bring it to, we'll bring everybody down and do kind of like a shot show for Airsoft.
Is it timing?
And
we're
the good news is because you're indoors, we can do it in some.
Oh, everybody better bring their A game, because I'm fast.
Now we've talked about it. That, you know, being able to do an East Coast version of Airsoft Fest or BB Fest or whatever we're calling it.
Roger.
Do an East Coast version of that. Get everybody here. Get everybody involved. I talked to Sam about it as well. I want everybody to come on down. It's not a money grab or money maker for us. It's let's get the community and let's get everybody here and do it. And as such, we get people here and have TCA run a tier 1 style event through the arena.
So I mentioned it to Coach, and Coach was like, "Oh, dude, we can bring in, like, it'll be ripped from SEAL team, the show SEAL team, man, where you're doing mechanical breaching and you're doing role playing, So BB Fest, BB Con, whatever we want to call it. We haven't decided a name, but to bring in not just industry, but bring in players, just have a blast, man.
Well, just come over and I'll show you a good time, brother.
I mentioned it to Wolverine. They were like, "Man, we can do you can step up and have a Wolverine shooting gallery booth." You got MOS was like, just having the ability to do some cool shit, and really get contact points with the players. So,
and I mean, if we were to use just half the parking lot, that's like an acre. We might be able to use the whole
thing. Yeah, we can use the whole parking lot.
Yeah, whole park plus the rear entryway is where we've talked about the tier 1 starting from. I mean, with 22,000 square feet just for the arena play. So and then all out front is nothing but booths and vendors and displays and everything else. I when we talked about it the first time, I was excited about it. I was like, this is definitely something we need to make happen. And as soon as we can, and you're in a position now that you're like ready to go. So and congratulations again, by the way, saying it to your face. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, I saw that post, brother. Congrats. I mean,
I got the word at 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday last week before I was heading to the airport to fly out to Georgia, and it choked me up, man. Because
sure.
2.5 decades of putting soldiers first. You're just like, hey, man, it's the cost of business. The burden of leadership. You take care of yourself last. And a good leader stepped up. He goes, I haven't forgotten about you, man. I'm pushing it. And 20.5 years later, my
Yep.
packet was approved.
And the other beautiful part about it is I believe your family. You got several sons that are. One of them is an officer, right? Became an
Yeah,
officer
he's a
not too
second
long
lieutenant.
ago,
So, yeah.
and you got I believe an enlisted. Also, they're both or is it just
no,
a
little
family?
man's too. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
just
still too young.
Oh no,
yeah.
so you
Little
got
one's-
So leading
Yeah.
by example. I thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Of all weeks to get it too. Veterans Day. So
I started riding Bubba
yeah,
already
man.
too. He told me how much time he's got left, and I said, "Listen," I said, "You're not exempt from this either." I said, "I told Sal I'm
No.
going to tell him about veteran stuff." I said,
Yep.
"I don't care how long you've been in. I don't care what you've heard, what you think you know. I'm telling you, I've been out as long as you've been in, and I've worked
Yeah.
with so many vets. I'm going to ride you." He goes, "Please feel free to do so." I'm like, "Oh no, I
Yeah.
will."
Oh yeah. Hey,
And that's
and
true.
last, major shout out to Bubba, man. He is. We play almost. We're online, always playing freaking Ground Branch, and it's. Hey brother, haven't heard from you in a while. Checking in on you. I'm like, thanks. He's my kindred brother from the Air Force. And the dude gets it, man. He would be a great war fighter in the Army, but he's in the Air Force. No, but no,
Chair
dude, he
Force, say it
is.
correctly.
Yeah.
Chair Force.
He didn't share anything this weekend. Not at all. He was
phenomenal dude. Worked in Air Force Special Operations Command Logistics. The dude's got a pedigree, man. He has got to be a known man in the Air Force. And for him to come in and Sal, what about this? And we're talking back and forth. I said, hey, man, this is my vision for Gladius. And then he was like, oh, because we started this conversation back at Fury. When we were talking about the whole unconventional warfare aspect of Fury. Check that box. We didn't like the results because we had some of the players got it, some players didn't. And he was like, what about the next Fury? And I went, oh, what about, so that dude, man, I mean, he is phenomenal. I'm privileged and proud to have him as a friend. So
he and I hit it off pretty well. It was great to meet him in person, and I had a great weekend with him. So.
And he's been playing with us for a long, long time. He's not a newcomer to Third Coast. I think he went to like Starburst 3 way back in the day. I mean, he has been around with us for a good time, for a good long while. And I laugh because I think I've got a video of him storming the beaches at Task Force Sword Beach in Victoria, Texas, many, many moons ago. So, yeah, man, he's been around for a long time with us. So,
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're doing a great thing. I think I think you know that. If you don't, let me say it to you. Congratulations to you personally, professionally, and for the airsoft piece as well. Thank you very much for all of it, guys. We went a little over, and I don't care today. That's quite all right. But we are gonna go ahead and say goodbye. You got anything left? Anything last words you want to throw out there?
I will see you guys at Viking.
Absolutely. We'll see you there, sir. You got anything?
Semper Fi.
Okay. And on that note, we'll see you all on the next one.